16th at Fargo. And now for this matchup, it's the return to Yanni Diakomihalis, up from 65 kilograms, now at 70. What have you seen from Yanni since making the move up?
He looks good. He looks happy.
Yeah.
He looks like he's got a full belly, and that's a large part of what we do. It's hard to train consistently and at a high level when you're always hungry. You know, Yanni had to beat James Green in the finals of the Open, the guy who's been perennially the superstar at this weight class. So for the first time in a long time, if ever, someone else is representing the U.S. at 70 kilos.
And you see PJ Duke, that left-handed single leg, that's one of his go-to attacks. Loves to come around the body after attacking. Yanni able to avoid it early.
There's a lot of action. I like this already.
And I'm curious how, you know, Duke is known for his physicality, taking ground, beat you up in the hand fight. Is that something he's going to be able to do against someone as great as Yanni Diakomihalis?
Well, here's the thing. Yanni, he's got great counters. He's also got great shots, but they're all from the open. And PJ Duke wants to close the gap. And so PJ looks like the guy who values the in-between time of setups and attrition and wearing on his opponent a little bit more than Yanni does. But when Yanni fires him off, man, he can finish from anywhere.
2-on-1 but from Duke. Yanni shoots out of it. Man, the movement in here is really impressive. And now Yanni drops down to the leg. Duke went for the head pinch, and he paid the price for it.
See, that's one of those things you have to be a little more wise. You don't need that right away, early. But Duke, you know, he's going for it. We got to love the fact that he's gotten here because he's went full send. Now's not the time to be hesitant. He went for it, didn't pay off, but could later on.
So a 2-0 lead for Yanni Diakomihalis in the driver's seat here. He's got that elbow control as they're ear to ear. That gets broken up by the mat official. Nice little elbow control level change there from Yanni. Got the foot. Duke able to step out of it. PJ Duke be headed to Penn State next year. Wrestle for the Nittany Lions as he drags to the leg attack. Head outside now is PJ Duke. Trying to defend his Yanni Diakomihalis as he drops. And now Drapes got locked through the crotch.
Yanni known for his scrambling here. Here's what we're seeing. Same thing happened last match with Real Woods. These guys are really good at getting to the leg, have a little bit of trouble with finishing with some of these older guys that are more experienced. Yanni's been in this position significantly. And here's the thing, your first reaction when a guy starts to feed you hip or go crotch or chest wrap is to plank. But the good guys they're not looking for stalemate. Yanni's continuing the position and he's looking for exposure.
Great counter there from Yanni Diakomihalis after a really nice shot. And I bet PJ Duke is not used to not finishing a leg attack that clean. 3:47 to go in the match, 42 to go in the first period. Nice single leg. Looking to drag re-attack there is PJ Duke, not there. Settles for the 2-on-1. And you see Yanni shooting out of it. Now he's driving, and that's gonna be 2 more for Yanni. That was nice.
PJ Duke's counter offense is lightning fast. He drops head, runs arm drag immediately, but Yanni sweeps single. He can wrestle from every position. He's a high percentage finisher. When he gets to the leg, he understands exactly how to leverage his position and his hips, drives him out of bounds, and not only does that, but finishes for an additional 2.
Now underhook on that left side for Yanni. Is there ear to ear once more. Yanni, of course, a 4-time NCAA champion for the Cornell Big Red. An incredible career, made a world team while in college, bringing home a silver medal in 2022. Now trying to get back on the world team for the first time since he won silver.
Yeah, we don't talk about Yanni enough, right? He was one of those guys that we watched from a baby bloom into a successful wrestler. He was already a 2-time world champion before he even arrived at college. 2 losses in high school, 4-time state champion, 4-time NCAA champion, 4-time EIWA champion, world silver medalist, and now looking to make another world team. His catalog is just so deep. Not only his resume, but his catalog of wrestling. He's displaying that today. And this is why Duke's having trouble in positions. Duke is still young, still a lot of positions that he needs to explore, while Yanni just has so much wrestling knowledge and IQ.
And Yanni has a style that is very difficult to replicate because there's not a lot of guys that wrestle like Yianni Diakomihalis. 6-0 lead for Yanni at the break, and they're back to action as he finds his way to a single leg.
Look at that. He can stand up with his butt was on the mat. His knees were split.
That's it. 2 and 2. JB, what did we just see?
Yanni, and I don't want to be a prisoner of the moment, but Yanni may be the best pure wrestler that I've ever seen in this sport. Incredible what he can do.
That finish was out of this world. He's kind of between the legs there, able to get his hips under and lift a 10-0. A lot of people thought BJ Duke might be able to make that match competitive. And Yanni showing there's levels.
Well, yeah, you know, PJ Duke, he's done a really good job. I got to look back to the U.S. Open, U20s. He had a tough match, close match against Melvin Miller in the finals. Then the guys he beat to make it to the Final X were all relatively young. Ridge Lovett, Antrell Taylor, Bryce Andonian, guys who don't really have a lot of experience on the senior level as well. This is the first guy that he's really wrestled that's been here before and it's done it for a long time. Yeah. Notice the sweep single from the 2-on-1, continues to drive, gets big, finishes for 2. Yanni's just, his wrestling catalog and IQ is just his understanding of positions. Watch this, butt from the mat, stands up, lifts, gets big, drives him, and then transitions right to the gut wrench. Just incredible wrestling awareness.
What a job from Yanni Diakomihalis. A 10-0 win here at Final X. He's now a match away. Coming up next, 57 kilograms, our co-main event, Spencer Lee versus Luke Liljedahl when we return.